possibly can. If we see some really good performances out of K-Jet, maybe Boom starts to pop back off again, or we see Whoops pop off like he was doing in that search and destroy, as well as the hard point. So curious to see how this ends up playing out. Florida are going to be towards the restaurant side. Paris let down over towards the escalator side of the map. P1, never a hill that you see a whole lot of time kind of get picked up on. Ultimately, these two teams are going to be playing for that presence over towards the hedge side, to see if they can keep that P2 spawn and then make their way
Yeah.
over towards the P3 revert spawn as well.
Yeah, I mean P2 can be a big money hill for some teams. Some teams is just kind of a mix fest. It's really important for that P3 rotation. That can be a big one too. It's just really about how efficient are you with your kills, with your trades, and with your positioning on this map. It can turn, any hill on this map can be honestly can be a money hill if you're playing it right. And that's what makes it just such a good map. I mean, every hill has the opportunity to be really whatever the players want it to be. It can be a great hold from one team. It can be a constant mix fest. There's so many opportunities and options on this map that I think it just make it really fun to play and really fun to watch. And so, the side of Florida, they were able to control 24 seconds of that P1, but just immediately, no rotation to P2, no holds on P2, and there you are. You're not in the lead anymore. You were up. Side of Paris didn't have anything, and they're here dominating P2, and they have the spawns for P3. So it's going to be really dangerous for the side of Florida if you can't get out of this and start to get rotated. You got 10 seconds left. You got to start taking some moves, get through that middle, and make something.
Yeah, this P3 is going to be big. Paris did a nice job of fighting back on that P2 there. They are going to have early control of P3 now, getting kind of their setup done here with a couple players in the spiral staircase, a player playing towards mid as well. K-Jet is going to be on that back garage side, 3 kills going down in favor of Florida. They are able to clean up the last player, so an early break from the side of the Puppeteers, looking to kind of eat some of this deficit back up as they're making their way towards the 50 mark here. Dimes is going to be coming in from the side with nobody watching immediately over. Shots going into all these players, not able to get into the kills, just ends up with 2 assists to the side of Sid. Sid melts, and there's one player left here close on time, is able to get 1 shots into the final player. So Florida doing a very good job here on the P3. A little bit mixy, but ultimately coming out on top of the time here so far. And we're making our way right over towards stage, and it's going to be an even map once again as we make our way over towards P4.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a big one here for the side of Florida. You don't have rotations. You do kind of have the man through the middle, but you are going to lose those gunfights. This is where you got to have a decent one. You got to come up with a team. You got to get your trades because this is where the game can really start to get out of hand. The way we've seen the last 2 ones where the side of Paris have just been able to, take the map and just run away with it. That's what can happen here if you're not careful. Side of Florida, you got 35 seconds left. This is where you got to make your move. K-Jet's up here in front. He's got to win a couple big gunfights to go for his team, and unfortunately, not able to do that as the side of Paris Letdowns is having an excellent hold here on P4.
Yeah, and this P4 hill can be a very difficult one to break or a very easy one to break, depending on how your setup is. And Paris has done a good job here so far of dominating the middle of the map towards that hedge side. There's only going to be 1 player left close on time. It is going to get taken out. That's going to allow the side of Florida to break into this hill. Unfortunately, it's only for those last 10 seconds of scrap time. But on the rotation, Gun Puppet able to find big 2 kills is going to get taken out by Simper there, I believe, from chairs. But a good potential for some entry into the hill, just no follow-ups immediately there. So the side of Paris are going to try their best to get set up here and continue to push their way up towards that 150 mark here on our first rotation of hills. But Florida has an opportunity. They're getting some kills around this hill. Dimes is playing his life well, but does get taken out. That's going to allow Paris to hop into the hill. There is a player, looks like 2 players coming, 3 players from ticket side. Potentially going to be the avenue to break here. Dimes playing towards that back restaurant side is going to get some shots into K-Jet, but ultimately the side of Florida having a really nice end to this P5 here. Just shots coming down everywhere, gunfights kind of trading back and forth. Ultimately, it looks like it's going to come out to the favor of Florida as Dimes is the last player left here to contest as we're going to be making our way back towards P1 for the second rotation of hills.
Yeah, I mean, Florida's starting to make a little bit of a comeback here. P1 is where they found all the success last time. They are in it early. We're going to see a contest come down here. Semper not able to win that gunfight on Whoops, still able to take that time. So this is, they found success here the first rotation. Dimes looking to make a move here, seeing if he can break up this here. Able to get a three-piece there. Is he able to peek out and find this fourth? You got to do it for the clip here, sir. That is all four for the side of Dimes. Able to take that hold that Florida Puppeteers had so well the first rotation and just able to just put a dagger in their backs. Side of Paris are taking more points and advancing their lead here on this map.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just Florida gets a little bit close, and then Paris just kind of has a pop-off moment there as we see another three-piece coming in from OK. That is going to allow Florida to get into this time. I guess that probably wasn't okay because the kill feed's messed up. But either way, Paris able to kind of play for a little bit of this scrap time, potentially not going to go towards either of these two teams. Florida is going to have the back spawns towards restaurant, not really what you want, but early on in this hill, it can be all right. You just don't want to keep this forever because you want to have that P3 control as well. And they're going to get broken pretty much immediately. And now Paris is going to have them set up in the spawn trap deep in the backside of restaurant, and they're going to have to fight their way through the backside. Early kill goes down for Gun Puppet, able to get a little bit of a space for his boys. Shots coming down from everywhere as Paris is kind of looking at all the different angles that they have. Big gunfight win on the hill time goes to the favor of Paris. Florida is able to break in late into the hill, but they're going to be able to clean up the rest of the players that have made it out of their spawn and kind of set up the spawn trap once again. But potentially going to see a flip happen here, if I'm not mistaken, since we can't see the feed, and that may allow the Florida Puppeteers to have the early rotation over towards this P3, or they may be just paralleling with them back behind a restaurant, I'm thinking, based off of what we're seeing here now.
Yeah, K-Jet's the only player kind of ahead, so watch that in the kill feed. And as I say that, K-Jet does fall in the kill feed. So the side of Florida are getting mowed down here. They're going to start spawning here in the back. Not really the spawn you want there. We do see that fabled X and 4 get pulled out there for just a second. But side of Paris, 40-point lead and counting. And this is where it starts to get scary. They had a very successful P4 last time. So Florida, obviously, they're going to know that in the back of their heads. You got to get into this point quick, and you got to do something about it. You got to have a good P4 rotation as well to kind of get back into this game. But even if you break in now, it's going to be a tough one. Side of Boom's trying to make some work for his team. Unfortunately, not able to do anything. Whoops in the front here, able to pick up one. Taking some shots in this player towards Hill. Dime's able to come up with the win. Is going to get traded out by Gun Puppet on those stairs. We do see a final contest coming down. Gun Puppet able to win that as well. So we do have 10 seconds to scrap. Going towards the side of Florida Puppeteers. Going to put them at about 140, about 50 points down of the side of Paris Letdowns, and they are rotated towards this P4. We do have a player in hill already, so this is the time where Florida needs to come back and then have just a solid P4 here. KJet with some great shots from the Jackal long range there. Here's the side of Florida are set up, and KJet is going huge for his team as a spawn start to develop towards that soccer side for the side of Paris.
Yeah, I mean, this P3 is going to be big from the side of Florida. They need a nice chunk of time here to put themselves right back into this game. They have the potential here with the spawns towards the P3 side of the map. Ultimately, a lot of control needs to come down, a lot of kills going in their favor currently. They're holding a lot of the different angles. Looks like Paris is going to get a contest to come through, but those little rats playing underneath the stage are able to win some key gunfights. Okay, the last player left close that's going to contest, but Boom just going crazy underneath stage on a 3 spree. And I mean, you had a little bit of contest time there, but you're talking 45 plus seconds there from the side of Florida Puppeteers, able to kind of bring us back closer together. P5 is going to be a big one, though. They did not perform very well into the latter half of this hill, so we're going to be looking for a little bit of an earlier break from this squad and go from there to kind of make this happen towards their favor.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of what you have here. Side of Florida, they're looking good set up here. We do have a player on the flank here. They are spawning towards this long side. Not really what you want, but these early kills can be indicative of what's going to happen the rest of this time. Kills are coming down from the long side as well. Okay, looking for shots down long for his team. The other side of Paris, a grenade's going to get him out for just a second. Checkerboard pattern here on the kill feed, but K-Jet able to go huge with a 3-piece. Boom able to pick up the first one, so it's going to be all 4 dead. Side of Florida, we might be looking at a lead change here as we start to head back into this P1. This is going to be another important one. The side of Paris were able to have a more successful P1 lately, but Florida had a great P1 the first time. So Florida looking to do it here and to push them at number 5.
Yeah, I mean, Florida has caught fire in this last rotation, and they're looking to have the same success that they saw in the first rotation here on the P1. But ultimately, we're probably going to be coming down to a potential P2 here. But kills going kind of back and forth here, more towards the favor of Florida early, but Paris following back up with 2 untraded kills as of right now. We've got Gun Puppet laying down in the hill, some coverage watching over from K-Jet. OK is going to slide out and going to get taken out. Boom with a nice 2-piece there. Is able to secure both those kills. Simper should get traded out from Hedge as well. And just Florida doing an immaculate job of playing coverage over each other and playing very well as a squad here on the P1.
Yeah, I mean, they were coming out of P3 with 186 points, the side of Paris. Florida Puppeteers have really pulled this back here. Last fight coming down here, Boom not able to win that. But the side of Florida are here. Not the preferable spawns for P2, but it doesn't matter because the hill can end here. The game can end here for you. So you're getting the closer spawns. You just do not need to get set up. You cannot get put in a spawn trap here. K-Jet looking to go huge. Able to pick up the first kill. Doesn't see the second player. Able to put a shot towards there. Cruz is coming down. Not able to pick up anybody. So the side of Paris Letdowns are in the hill. They can win the game here as well. So the side of Florida are looking for these early kills. That's going to be 2 early kills to the side of Florida. Make that 3. Checkerboard pattern kill feed here. Semper able to go huge with a 2-piece there on hill. Able to watch these spawns here. They are getting a little bit dicey as the side of Paris Letdowns are spawning towards that restaurant side.
Yeah, Paris is going to be spawning towards the restaurant side. K-Jet able to get 1 help, or get 2 with help from Gun Puppet as well. OK follows up with 2 of his own. Just back and forth. The chaos on P2
just hold the
continues. You're just looking for contests here potentially. If you're the side of Florida, you've got the preferred spawn, but Simper is going to be cutting his way through the middle of the map. But the kills go down from the side of Florida. Overpours P2. They're able to get into P3 early and win. Just what a comeback from the side of Florida there. I mean, you think they're down and out, and they just have, I mean, they just string those hills incredibly. The P4 into the P5 into just, I mean, a clinical P1. Just no trades were happening in any form from the side of Paris, and just you just see the chaos kind of ensue on the P2 there, just kind of contest.